Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to me playing Arena and hoping I don't get a rogue. Basically, because I'm pretty certain that rogue was the worst result I've ever gotten in an arena, ever. At all. I'll spare you the details, but it didn't go well. So I want to branch out a bit, but I've already played all of the possible heroes. So I think I'll just play one that I don't play personally. So I do have my not Reynard deck, which is the deck that I'm using to climb the ladder. You'll be able to find links to my ladder climbing attempts right down in the description. Or it's one of the decks, rather. I do also have a hunter deck that I'm using to climb. I was thoroughly underwhelmed with the Shaman last time I played it. And I guess my first video was the 4-drop Paladin, so
I will fight.
It's been a while, Paladin. It's been a while, Luther. Crazed Alchemist, Blobtail Sail Corsair, neither of them are as good or give you the possibility of as much value as the Defender of Argus does. Archmage versus Mad Bomber. It's not going to be the South Sea Deckhand, just because I'm not commonly going to have a weapon equipped as a Paladin. It's going to be the Mad Bomber. It was a bit close there. Sea Giant, Doomsayer, Lay on Hands. Now, I don't have any synergy with the Doomsayer where I can just freeze all his minions to stop him from killing it or anything like that. So I'm not going to be picking the Doomsayer because it's just too easy for him to die. Lay on Hands is a really good endgame card. Draw 3 cards, build yourself that card advantage, and restore 8 health. It's kind of like a... It's a little bit different than a sprint, but it's really good for the late game. Sea Giant is just, I think, too situational for me to be relying on, so I'm going to go with the Lay on Hands. Ooh, this is interesting. A Worgen Infiltrator, a really, really good 1-drop, which takes out almost any 2-drop that your opponent is going to play, and is safe in its stealth from everything but basically arcane missiles. An Ironbeak Owl for the silence, and an Acidic Swamp Ooze, which is a solid 2-drop, and also kills a weapon. I'm going to go with the Worgen Infiltrator, just because I already have a 2-drop. Silver Moon Guardian, Divine Shield. Yep, I'll take that. Harvest Golem, always good. Divine Favor. Hang on, I'm going to take off my watch. Divine Favor versus Injured Blade Master. I don't particularly like the Pint-Sized Summoner. You can just kill it too easily. The Injured Blade Master is a 4/3 for 3, and you can heal it. I'm rarely going to be healing it though. But Divine Favor, again, if my opponent gets huge card advantage, I can just quickly equal that. So I have some card draw now, that's really good. Blessings of Kings is really, really good. An amazing card that you can make your opponent fear any of your small drops with. But Consecration is basically the go-to board clear for Paladins, so I'm going to be getting that because it's really important for me to have that board clear. You might be able to hear my nose is a bit stuffy at the moment, unfortunately. That's going to be an Acidic Swamp Ooze for the easy 2-drops. Azure Drake, because it's an amazing card. Just thoroughly amazing card. Youthful Brewmaster. Again, we have a situation where we have a 1-drop, which is really good, and we have a 2-drop, which is also really good. I'm going to be going with the Youthful Brewmaster, though. Oh, I hate to be doing this, but Jesus. Anyway, Sentient Shieldmaster, really good 4-drop. I don't like any of these. They're all horrible. Stone Tusk Boar, a 1/1 for 1. It just dies to too many hero abilities. It's got real problems in that regard. And a Reckless Rocketeer is just 5 damage to the face, basically. I'm going to have to use a Reckless Rocketeer, and the reason I'm going to be using it is because I'll be basically using it as a gimped Starfire. Starfire being the 6-mana Druid card, which deals 5 damage to an enemy, and then draws a card. So sad to have to do that. True Silver Champion up against Consecration. Both of Stranglethorn Tiger is a good card, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near as important as these two cards are to the Paladin. I already have a Consecration, and that's the only reason I'm going to be taking a True Silver Champion here. Nightblade, again, decent card. It's not horrible. Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I think I'm going to be taking the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Am I? No, I might take the Abusive Sergeant. No, I'm going to take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. The reason I'm going to take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul is because with Consecration, I do have that massive board clear. And also because each of my 1/1s, the Reinforced tokens that I get from using my Reinforced Hero ability, are going to give me a 1/1 which I can just run into something and buff up my Flesh-Eating Ghoul with. Plus, I'm a little weak on the 3-drops. Blessings... Now, I don't like Blessings of Might too much. Just because if you're buffing something with 3 attack in order to kill something, most of the time, that thing's still gonna die. So you're basically giving them a 2-for-1 on it. But Tauren Warrior is also really bad because you basically never trigger his Enrage effect. By the turn 3 or 4 that your opponent is going into after you've played it, they just have ways to deal 3 damage. And I don't have too many large things that I'm going to want to return with the Redemption, so I am going to go with the Blessings of Might, unfortunately. I'm not particularly happy about that. I'm going to get the Guardian of Kings just for a bit of a later drop. Bloodfen Raptor for a solid early drop. Eye for an Eye is horrible, so is Redemption, so it's another Reckless Rocketeer, unfortunately. Blessed Champion, I don't want that. Azure Drake, good endgame drop. Light's Justice, horrible. Priestess of Elune. Oh god. We're getting some pretty bad cards here, guys. Ironfur Grizzly versus Noble Sacrifice. The reason I'm going to take Noble Sacrifice is because if I have something really important on the field that I don't want to die, and my opponent only has one way to attack, then I can keep it alive. Usually that's going to be the Flesh-Eating Ghoul if I had to guess. Repentance. Oh, it's giving me so much healing, but I don't want it. Hammer of Wrath, really good card. Good removal, good draw. Venshiko versus Frost Elemental. That's actually pretty close. That's pretty close. I do want stronger cards though, so I'm going to go with the Venshiko. Azure Drake. Another Azure Drake. Now, I'm not really getting a bonus from the spell damage out of these guys, but I am putting a 4/4 on the field and drawing a card, so late game drops, awesome. I mean, it will buff my Consecration, and it will buff my Hammer of Wrath, but I believe that's it, actually. Yep, that's it for my entire deck. I can also get another 2-drop. In fact, I think my 2-drops are really weak. Am I actually going to have to do that? Yeah. Yeah, I will. And that's going to be the Blessing of Kings, just because the other 2 are really bad. Bloodstar Raider, I only have 1 weapon. It's a decent 2-drop. But I'm going to go with the Blessings of Wisdom, see if I can draw more cards. So much card draw is being offered to me. Molten Giants. Really? I'm going to be healing myself constantly. Why? I'm not going to be able to use a Molten Giant. And Blood Knight's just a standard 3-drop, but I am missing things in my 3 slots, so it's just going to be a 3/3 for 3, and if it manages to take a Divine Shield from something else, well, hey. Awesome. Good. Love it. Okay. Finding an opponent. Let's see if we can find someone to chomp on. Druid. Awesome. Love it. Love a good Druid.
I will fight with honor.
Noble Sacrifice is going back. So's Venshiko. So's the Silver Moon Guardian. I need to get some of my earlier 2-drops. So Acidic Swamp Ooze can go out really safely because I know that the Druid deck doesn't have any way to get weapons at all. Although I may want to pay the Youthful Brewmaster first, because I don't want to have to pay the cost of actually returning something to my hand. Now, it's entirely likely he just passes the turn here, in which case I coin out the Youthful Brewmaster, and then next turn I play the Acidic Swamp Ooze.
Well met.
Now, this guy's been well met, and that's actually really important.
Drink with me, friend.
Because I've well met him, he has a negative 50% bonus. Well, it's more of a bonus on my side, it's a debuff on his side to winning the game. So if I really well met him, like if I went for another well met, I might be able to reduce that further, but I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it at this point. I think it's fine that he's just this well met right now. Now, turn 3, what would I be looking up against? What would I be looking... Do I want to make the trade? Yeah, I've got stronger late game, I think. Nah. I'm gonna do the damage, guys. I'm sorry. I always end up in this situation where I do too many trades and I give them too much value and then I lose. What I'm expecting here is Fairy Dragon hits one of them and he plays something else. I'm gonna be really sad if it's a really worthwhile play. So he's incentivized to trade here. Which is good, it means I got 3 damage in because I was going to make that trade. Now, he's definitely going to make the trade for the Harvest Golem for the Acidic Swamp Ooze. If I don't draw anything relevant, I'm just going to... Yep, and that's not relevant at all. So I'm going to pop down a 1-1. Now what that means is it forces him to use his hero ability to strike out the 1-1 if he wants to make this trade, otherwise my 1-1 will kill his 2-1. And if he wants to play something on turn 4, he can't use his hero ability to do that. Awesome. So now we have something interesting. What's that, you ask? I'll tell you. What we have interesting here is I either have a play where I Senjin Shield Master and I do wipe out the 2-1, in which case he can use Twilight Drake and his hero ability to take out my Senjin Shield Master. Or I True Silver Champion and use both of my cards to take out the Twilight Drake. I don't think that gives me enough value though. So this is a bit of a risky play, because if he manages to remove this without having to attack it with his Twilight Drake, then I'm losing a lot of value, because I'm not able to deal with that Twilight Drake in just one swing of my True Silver Champion. So what cards would I fear?
I wonder.
Oh dear God, that's a horrible sound. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I'm a little bit under the weather, as I may have said. No. Ugh. That is bad for me. That's very bad for me. Because now my 4-4 is just going to die. So it's populate the field.
Reporting for duty.
I don't particularly care about my health because I do have a Voodoo Doctor to heal it, and I also have a True Silver Champion to heal it, and I also have a Guardian of Kings to heal it, and I also have a Priestess of Loon to heal it. Are you noticing a little bit of a pattern here? A little bit of anything? No? Okay, so I'll tell you. Healing is a thing that's happening a lot in this deck.
I wonder.
There is a lot of healing going on here. I'm okay with that. It'll be fine. Don't you worry a pretty little head about it. Now what I'm hoping is he doesn't have the ability to remove both of these and then the card that plays under them. Well, that's ideal. hang on, is that what I do? Oh, it is. I'm gonna Blessings of Kings this guy.
The battle.
Run him in here. That trade. And then heal my guy so he doesn't get hit by the shapeshift. Now, a swipe here would be problematic. In fact, I definitely should have considered that as a possibility. Hopefully he doesn't have it because of the fact that he hasn't already played it, and it's such an obvious play. We're hoping. Did you get a swipe? You did get a swipe. All Druid decks in Arena basically get a swipe. One swipe, at least a swipe. Come on. Huh? That was targeted towards himself, so what can we assume that's going to be? Voodoo Doctor, Earthen Ring Farseer, no, Claw just goes straight down onto the field. Anything that can target his own hero.
Where shall I strike?
Is that going to be a 4/4 charge? No, it's not. Well, that's going to be removed with the True Silver Champion and the Voodoo Doctor. I can tell you that right now. Ooh. That throws a hammer in the wrenches. And yes, hammer in the wrenches. To my hero, so I can't... Okay, so I still have to do the exact same thing that I said I was going to.
For justice. The battle.
It's just now I know that his 3/2 is going to be able to take out a 5/3 of mine.
Reporting for duty.
You know, say la vie. Now, he's on 19 health, but because he's a druid, I can assume that there are very few ways he'll be able to heal himself. I still have 2 cards, which is an effective 10 health in my hand. So I could even be considered to be on full health right now. Something I'm scared of? Probably doesn't have it. Something I would have been scared of was an Ironbark Protector.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Kill it. I'm going to remove that. Okay. I could Hammer of Wrath. I could Hammer of Wrath to remove one of them. And I'm fine with starting to drop down in terms of how many cards I have, because I do have my Divine Favor. So I am either going to have card advantage or card parity for the rest of the game. And I have huge card advantage at the moment. Ooh. Bitches don't know about my card advantage. There's just... He'll be able to take out the Azure Drake immediately. I'm going to do that first, so I draw the card in case I get... No, it's not a drop I want to make. Awesome. And now I've got a 1/1 on the field and he's only got 2 cards. Awesome. These guys might not be terribly strong in terms of stats for their price, but they exist. It's good enough.
Pay attention, class.
Ooh. Apparently I have to pay attention. Oh, he's drawing cards.
I'm ready to learn.
Oh, I love you, buddy. So much. I need to get a lot of cards out of my hand real quick. Okay. So how do I want to play this, considering I have a True Silver Champion? I'm thinking I just want a Reckless Rocketeer into that, and then... Yeah, I still think that's my best play, actually.
I wonder.
Because he may have just drawn a bunch of spells if he's drafted a Violet Teacher. Yep. Empty his board. And reinforce. So now we've got card parity. Yay. That's a shame. I really didn't want to get down to card parity. We were in such an advantageous position as well. Oh.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
You bitches don't know about my true silver champion. So what could I draw here? That actually, that one Blessings of Might that I put in this deck, that would be good to draw. Oh, well, no, apparently I'm not going to draw that card, so, you know, even if I do, my Silver Hand Recruiting.
For justice!
And...
I am the blade.
Priestess of Bloom is worth less to me, so that's fine. Damn, except now he can just run his 2/2 into it. Of course, that means that I'll take out the 1/4, so basically he's just working with whatever he's playing this turn at this point. Unless he can buff one of them up, in which case they might survive. And then I'll have to deal with that as well.
Don't mess with Tusk.
This is frustrating. I don't want to have to deal with any of those things. So that's one of those buffs that I was talking about. So I can heal myself and buy myself time here, but how am I going to wipe that?
Put this apple on your head.
I need one of these to hit the Razor from Hunter. Nope.
Reporting for duty.
Nope.
For justice!
Yeah, it's not... Oh god. It's probably going to be hero power, hit that, and then both of your things survive by trading over. Wow. This game took a turn for the worst. And for the first time in quite some time, I'm confident my deck is alright. Swipe? Yeah, that's a swipe. The value. It's insane. So now it's time to just play big dudes and intimidate him. That's a really good card to have drawn, but I can't afford to.
For justice!
Let him keep hitting me.
Reporting for duty.
Awesome. Means he doesn't have the direct damage on the field in order to kill the Guardian of Kings. He would have to use his hero power and trade 2 minions for it. Wholly a bad trade on his part. See, this is the exact situation in which I want to draw Lay on Hands. The perfect situation for this card. So it looks like it's going to be Claw and the Guardian of Kings. Sorry, the Razor and Hunter. Now it looks like it's just going to be straight to the face. Oh, no, so he armors up. Okay. This guy has so much draw. Which is a huge problem, because I have so much draw. That's my jam. I played it first. I'm really glad to see these cards. Okay, so Razor Van Hunter is probably going to be demolished. I can't stop either of them from being demolished. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, yes! So how are you going to remove the Blood from Raptor? He's had an answer to my minions for so many turns. You gotta run out eventually.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So now it won't even die to a consecration. Oh, and another claw. Just another casual claw. Brought to you by Bullshit Forever.
My shield for Argus.
Job done. Deal with that motherfucker. Because how you deal with that will open you up to a consecrate. Wow. Just wow. That top deck. This guy is the top deck lord, actually. The master of top decks. If you want to keep that Ironbark Protector alive, you're going to have to do some funky training. The Demolisher does. Oh, okay. Why would you do that? What would possess someone to make that play, is my question. And is there anything that survives this turn? Is there anything I can do that allows me to survive this turn? Well, it looks like it's Consecrate regardless. That puts that down to 3 if I hit it with the Worgen Infiltrator.
Let me think.
So...
First kill.
Now, if Mad Bomber hits me once, I lose.
Wanna blow something up?
Oh, that should have been a Silver Moon Guardian. Fuck. Oh no, wait, I've already lost. The Ironbark Protector hits me, and his hero ability does as well. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he's already queued them up as well. I can see his mouse hovering over.
Well played.
Fuck. Such a shame. Also, you may wonder why my voice is a little less animated than usual, and that's because there are people sleeping in the house. I have to do this really unfortunately late. 0 and 1. And we even got into the perfect time for our cards to come into effect, and we drew some of the really good ones at perfect times. Our opponent just had better cards, I suppose. Better top decking skill.
Uther versus Valera.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
All these bastards going back. I want 2 drops. 2 2-drops. Alright, we need to have a discussion deck. You and me huddle.
Job's done.
When I ask you 2 drops, you motherfucking give them to me, because that's how this game is played. You take control of the board early, and you win the game.
Reporting for duty.
See, now he can just use daggers, and he can hit that Silverhand recruit. See? Like, a lot like that. That's a really good example. Thank you, Nin. I don't want a flesh-eating ghoul so early. It's so vulnerable to just be backstabbed and then hit with a blade. And then I lose a flesh-eating ghoul, which can be a really powerful card.
Tazdingo!
Yeah, look, it's a Tazdingo. I could Blessings of Kings that and then run it in. Hang on, I will.
First kill.
Oh, that wasn't Blessings of Kings.
That was a mistake.
I fucked up.
I hope you like my invention.
For justice.
I don't really have a way to defend myself there. That was really abysmally stupid. Great, and you probably drafted a bunch of triggers for your Gurubashi Berserker. You Gurubashi Bastard? You Gurubashi Bastard. Put down Divine Shield, Force. He's probably just gonna hit me in the face if I hit the Gurubashi Berserker. But next turn I do have the option to take it out with that, so just pass. He did not play an ooze to kill it, so he doesn't have an ooze to kill it. Shooting. Ooh, that's a shame. I just drew my Blood Knight. Yep, this is a quick one. Oh, fuck, it's 1 damage. I'm really off today. I really don't know how to explain it. I've apparently never played this game before because I'm fucking horrible at it. Wow. You know, I'm actually impressed at how badly I'm playing.
Reporting for duty.
Like, I've heard of bad plays before. But, wow. Blessings of Might for Blessing of Wisdom is the mistake I made much earlier, for the +3 and the draw a card every single time you attack. I don't really have a way to win now? Yeah, so that's cool. He's just gonna get 8 damage out of that Wind Fury Harpy, and if he Cold Bloods it, I probably die. Yeah, that's
For justice.
That's fine. Good work, Ryan.
You know,
Nope. And then the Bloodfin Raptor runs in, and you get to attack him twice with that. Do you have a cold one? No, you don't.
For the crusade!
Well, at least that's going my way. This guy doesn't have a cold blood. So he couldn't end the game that turn. Now he ends the game.
Put this apple on your head.
Glory to the Sindora.
Dear fucking god.
For justice.
Job's done.
Well played. The victory.
0 and 2 now. Here's where we get serious. Here's where we get back into the game. We haven't even got a bad deck. I'm just playing horribly. We've got it. Don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. We have this. Because we can't go worse than the Rogue last game. Not the Rogue last match. We can't go worse than the Rogue last time we played in Arena. I don't think that's actually possible. God. I'm trying to think of it. That's a 0 and 3. Would you even get 1 crate, or would you just unlock the chest and it opens and says, "You fucking idiot. What do you even uninstall?" In fact, you open the chest and it opens into the uninstall prompt for the game. I've seen it happen. Not personally, of course. But I've heard stories. I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who used to pet sit a cat for another guy whose cousin had a beautiful singing voice. Well, Mestral V, I am relying on you to be as horrible at the game as I have been recently. Can you do it? Can you master the absolute shit tier abilities that I have at this game? So it's nice to see the Defender of Argus. That's good. Yep, hopefully I still have 2 things on the board when it gets to turn 4, and I can Defender of Argus and, you know, wait for the Flame Strike a few turns later where he kills me. This is gonna be Mad Bomber first. Ta-da! The reason the Mad Bomb went out first rather than the Knife Juggler is because the Mad Bomber would have a higher chance to deal damage to my own creatures if I already had a Knife Juggler out on the field, but at the same rate. The Knife Juggler is staying in my hand so that if he has a way to deal with a 3-2 without playing cards onto the field, he's going to use it now. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he Frostbolt a 3-2? Why wouldn't he use an Arcane Missiles and hope on the 50-50 to kill a 3-2? It's a good idea. Yeah.
What to do?
A+.
What to do?
So Knife Juggler comes out next turn. This is basically baiting out any of the plays that he can do as a response. And Knife Juggler is more important to me in this deck than it is in most hero decks, because my hero power, summoning a 1-1, will trigger it. Ta-da! Crossbow.
Put this apple on your head.
Put this apple on your head. So, 3 mana. He's got a few more options now. An Arcane Missiles is almost guaranteed, because all it has to do is hit the Knife Juggler once, and then he can ping it.
I wonder.
He also should still have his coin. Yep, he definitely still has his coin. So that's something I should be wary of. That he could play a turn 4 on a turn 3. Or, if he wants to keep it for a while, that he could possibly even play a turn 7 on a turn 6, which means that I need to be wary of a turn 6 Flame Strike, and a turn 5 Blizzard, and a turn 3 Polymorph, but he's not going to Polymorph a 3-2. I would love if he Polymorphed a 3-2. That would be the highlight of my day. So this guy is very indecisive. Just the most indecisive man I have ever heard of.
For justice!
I like to take my turns pretty quickly. Which, you know, fair play, could be one of the reasons that I am doing so horribly. But at the very least, I show respect to my opponent's time. I need a hurry the fuck up button.
What to do? What to do?
She's just what to doing every single time. Oh my god. Guys, I just realized I made the biggest misplay last turn. In fact, I've been making this misplay for 4 turns now.
Well met.
I didn't well met her.
Hello.
Of course she's mad. I'm mad. Oh, fucking scum.
For justice!
Job done.
Lords. Anyhow, now I've populated the board a little bit more. Turn 5, Blizzard could happen. So it looks like he's got a really big card advantage because he's got 6, I've got 2 on the field and I've got 3 in hand, so I've got 5, he's got 6. He does have the false card advantage of the coin though, the coin not being as valuable as the rest of your cards.
What to
The
do?
coin is literally like half an innovate. So a Blessings of Kings is looking like a really good option here. Or I could even Defender of Argus and then run in my Azure Drake. But then he's likely to just clear my field. Blessings of Kings. On which of them?
I wonder.
Blessings of Kings will put this up to a 7 and then down to a 3. It's actually probably correct to Hammer of Wrath here. Hammer of Wrath and trade.
I wonder.
Trade in the Harvest column? No, trade in the Acidic Swamp Ooze. The reason that's correct is because I am fearing that turn 6 Flame Strike, and I want him to Flame Strike really low value creatures. And the reason I didn't trade in my 2-3 for it is because then I am left with the 2-1 on the field, and a Flame Strike will clear my board, whereas now a coin into a Flame Strike will leave me with a 2-1 on the board as well. Which can act as something I'll use Blessings of Kings on. Or that I'll Defender of Argus. He polymorphed it. He just polymorphed a 2-3, guys. This man is very scared.
Silver Moon shall not fall. For duty.
Again, a Flame Strike this turn will only wipe off the shield from a Silver Moon Guardian. Will still leave me with a 3-3 on the field. He's got a lot more cards than me, so at this point I would really love to draw into a Divine Favor, just so I could play a bunch of cheap cards and then Divine Favor.
I wonder.
Now, what I do have to worry about next turn is that he still has the coin, I'm pretty certain. In which case he can Fire Blast my 3-3 and then Flame Strike. So I don't want a Defender of Argus or anything like that. I may even want to consider Blood Knighting, actually. Because then he can do that all he likes, but I still have a 6... You can do 5 damage to it, the 6-1 on the board. I can even Blessings of Kings it if I want. Ah. I think he's getting ready for the... Return of Colors. This guy is taking so long for his turns. You know, I think I will.
Reporting for duty.
And now, Flame Strike territory. If he's going to Flame Strike ever, if he has the card in his hand, this is going to be what he Flame Strikes. Unless he has like a far more efficient way of dealing with it, like spell damage into an Arcane Explosion.
I wonder.
Oh my god. This guy is taking infinity time to make his turns. I don't know who he thinks he is. Does he think he's like a Mars? Does he think that, you know, he's going to calculate his lethal every turn? See what permutations of cards and what chances he has to win? This... oh, wow. At this rate?
Runs out on me.
Does he think that he needs the... Does he think that he needs the rope on the board before he can actually make a turn? It's fine, you can do it without the rope.
Give me a quest.
And then Arcane Explosion. Turns run out, man.
Remember, kill for lust. The battle.
This move is called Go Fuck Yourself. It's a really important move in my deck. Now flame strike, motherfucker, and be done with it. God. So bored. So incredibly bored of this guy.
What to do?
So my day was
What
alright.
to do?
Went to university, and then I came back from university, and then I went and watched RuPaul, and then I came here and I decided, hey, let's record a quick video. It'll be a good idea. I'll be able to get up something by tomorrow morning, and that leaves me all of tomorrow to start recording for a backlog. Perfect, really good idea. But then this guy happened. And now, instead of recording a quick video, I'm gonna be here until I die. I wonder. Luckily, in fact, hopefully, with any luck, there's only one turn left in the game.
Time runs out on me.
It's a polymorph. If he had to do that, it's unlikely he has a way to deal with the rest of the creatures on the field. With one mana, it's very unlikely. Goodbye, you twat lord. I'm killing you with a sheep. I'm gonna say thanks. I am going to BM. That's right, I am going to bad manner this guy. I'm gonna say thanks for that win. You twat lord. You absolute magnificent douche canoe. Wait. How do you... That's the kind of guy where you'll ask him, hey, Mr. Z, I can't remember his actual name. Hey, Mr. Z, do you think you're a bit of an indecisive person? And his response would be,
Uther versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine. I will fight with honor.
So we're going to throw back all of the spells here and just leave you Youthful Brewmaster. Okay, it's fine. I've got a turn 2 drop and I've got a turn 3 drop. I'm not going to be salty about this. It's okay.
Why do you call? Drink with me, friend.
I know I'm coining that out without a turn 2 drop to follow it up, but I do have a lot of turn 2 drops, and if he's playing an early deck, I can't let him get the early board advantage. Not like this. Of course, Bluegill Warrior comes out, runs into my 3-2, he's left with the 1-3, and then what do? I play a Reinforce next turn, which gets hit by the 1-3, that becomes a 1-2, and then he populates the field with 3 more. Oh good, he doesn't.
Challenge accepted.
Now, I'm actually going to be healing the mana on that, and the reason is to save it from Mortal Coil. If he's going to Mortal Coil anything, he's going to Mortal Coil my Voodoo Doctor, in which case, okay. That's fine. Because 2 damage is way less than 3 damage. Oh, Drain Life. Yeah, okay, Drain Life. Contrary to what you may have believed before, damage is not a linear scale. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4 straight up.
Tadingo!
That just isn't a thing that happens. What actually happens in the real world is that 1 damage is enough to take out very small amounts of things. 2 damage will take out most 2 drops. 3 damage will take out most 2 drops, most 3 drops, and some 4 drops.
So many
And you keep building on that. Yeah, I may have wanted to consider killing that Iron Beak Owl. In fact, I almost definitely should have. He's going to get 2 cards out of that if I don't Hammer of Wrath it. So I will Hammer of Wrath it and get my own card out of it. Perfect. So now he's up to turn 6, and I have a True Silly Champion that I can play next turn, or I can play a Reckless Rocketeer. It's good.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a buff coming in, otherwise he wouldn't have done that. So what's probably going to go down? Ooh, Soulfire. Nice, nice. What is probably going to go down here?
Reporting for justice.
That's probably going to be what goes down. Of course, now he has a 3/2 into that for value. But because that's just my hero ability, I don't particularly mind. It's not like he's getting card value, he's just getting mana efficiency value. So let him draw a card. Let him draw a card. I'm sorry, I resigned from the English language. I am going to move on to Spanish. Yo quiero... I can't even fucking... I was going to try it, but... It's really not even worth your time.
For justice.
It would have been so good if I took the other Consecrate, actually. I would only have 1 True Silver Champion in my deck, true. But with the amount of Azure Drakes I have, I could have done Consecrates for 5, motherfucker. How are you going to deal with that? I'm doing 5 damage to everything. And your hero. This is better than a Flame Strike, and it only cost me 4 mana. What you gonna do about that? What you know about me? What you know about me? I can kill the Mountain Giant. Defender of Argus and Blessings of Might on my Azure Drake will kill that Mountain Giant.
Let me
He already lost the corruption, so I shouldn't be scared of that. Is this the play I make?
My shield for Argon.
Is it? That becomes a 4/3, and he has to attack a 2/2. But then I'm really overextended against a Hellfire.
Let me think.
So actually, I'm just going to do that. Because I think it's unlikely that he's going to be able to take out both the 5/5 and the 2/2. In fact, I think it's unlikely he'll be able to take out my whole board. If he does have a Hellfire and he takes out my whole board and he uses that to run in there, then I'll have to use the Reckless Rocketeer in order to hit the Mountain Giant. But at the moment I do have a really good synergy with the Reckless Rocketeer and the Blessings of Might. 7 damage, and I can do 8 damage straight to whatever. So it's possible I use that to actually take out the Mountain Giant. What are you digging for? Your only board removal is Hellfire and Shadow Fight. Ooh, okay, so Soulfire will now kill the Azure Drake. Ah, you bastard. Soulfire? Not a Soulfire. Do I Knife Juggler and then populate the board and hope that one of them hits the Mountain Giant? It's basically all I can do.
I wonder.
Put this apple on your head.
Reporting for duty. Silver Moon shall not fall.
It did. Okay. So... It doesn't matter which of them gets the bonus.
To battle! Into the face!
He's demonstrated he doesn't have the ability to clear a wide board. And I'm going to take advantage of that. He can do things to a wide board, but he can't clear them. Fuck. Oh god. That hurts. I have a total of 9 damage. Draw me a worthwhile card. Magic Mercenary. Awesome.
You've got to be kidding me!
So if I can get through just any damage to him, basically, then I can True Silver Champion and I can Reckless Rocketeer in the same turn, unless my Venture is still alive. And I can deal damage. So he's got 8 damage available on the field at the moment. There's a few things I could think of that might drain life. Demon Fire. Okay. So that's my board cleared. Awesome. But I got value.
Speak to me.
Do you need a blessing?
All about the value.
I am master of magics!
And he's shown me his board. He's shown me all of his cards and I have found them lacking. Hang on. Do I do that this turn? If I True Silver Champion this turn and I charge this turn, I've got 9 damage on him. He would have to draw a really good card because he wouldn't be able to life tap. So yeah, I think I'll actually stop him from life tapping.
For justice!
And I still have an extra hit of the 4-1. I believe I used my Hammer of Wrath earlier this game in order to clear an Acolyte of Pain. Huh, he did draw a taunt off the top of the deck. But now he can't ever use life tap.
For justice! Reporting for duty.
So now it's very unlikely that he has a way to deal with my Guardian of Kings. We probably got this win. Even if he manages to buff one of them and then attack for a lot of damage, yeah. It's a noble sacrifice.
Get down!
Yeah. So that's a way to draw cards that he does have. Well played.
Well played.
I hope he realized that using his hero ability was conceding. I mean, it would be really, really awkward if he thought he was going to continue playing the game after that. I think he knew he was conceding. I mean, that's what I'm going to say to myself in order to help myself sleep at night. I really do think he knew he was conceding.
Uther versus Thrall.
So now we're 2 for 2.
For Doomhammer. I will fight with
Ooh,
honor.
Acidic Swampoos. I think I want to keep the Acidic Swampoos in hand. And I may not want to play it instantly. This may be a situation where I play the Night Juggler first, because the Acidic Swampoos has a chance to kill a Stormwind Axe. A Stormforged Axe, which is a 2-drop that is 1 overload, and it's 2 damage and 3 durability. If you coin out a Stormforged, damn. I would have loved him forever if he coined out a Stormforged Axe.
Apple on your head!
So next turn, if he doesn't put out a Stormforged Axe, it's going to be Worgen plus Reinforce. 3 damage, he's unlikely to do it.
May my ancestors watch over you.
Hmm. This is probably going to trigger. It says 3 health. He's into 3. 3 is a hex. 1 is a lightning bolt. it would draw out Lightning Bolt.
Let me.
I'm trying to think, because you've got to think about what your opponent's going to do as a response. Now, Hex, I believe, is 3 mana. Turn any minion into a 0/1 taunt. And what I'm considering here is Flesh-Eating Ghoul and then lose these two, so I have a 4/3 on the field. But Lightning Bolt will kill that instantly. It's 1 mana, deal 3 damage, overload 1. But that would mean his turn 4 becomes a turn 3. And are there any important cards that he would be playing on turn 4 that I want to deal with? It'll delay a Yeti. If, you know, if there's any reason, it'll delay a Yeti. And it'll draw out a really early Hex, which he might have otherwise used on Venture Co Mercenary or something of the sort. So at this rate... Oh, Blood Knight is so tempting. I'm gonna do it.
Glory to the Sindora.
Oh, Blood Knight's... Oh, that was a really good draw for me. Because now, if he wants to attack at all with his 3/1, he's going to die to the Noble Sacrifice. 2 minions die.
Get down!
And this becomes a 6/3. And now my 3/3 is going to trade into a 4/3, and it's become an 8/3.
For
So
Lorthamar.
this is so much value. So much value. Doing a lot of damage really early. So if he's going to Hex, he has 1 Hex target. Because he can't Hex twice this turn, he's only got 5 mana. Oh, he's looking for a Taunt Totem, probably. Ooh, maybe the Wrath of Air.
You love my new recipe.
That's actually probably good for my Flesh-Eating Ghoul, if I have to be completely honest with you. So 10 damage. Do I want to just do 10 damage straight to the face? No, I don't. I do want to keep clearing.
Reporting for duty.
How you doing?
Because now, he's got so much health that he's going to have a tough time dealing with it with spells. And he's demonstrated he definitely does not have a Hex. So, do I have lethal next turn?
To Northrend.
15. Huh, see, that would have dealt with it before. But no longer.
Not good, not good.
Wow.
First kill.
8. Do I Blessings of Kings it as well? Am I that greedy? I don't think I do. I think actually Blessings of Kings this go.
To battle.
There's so many threats on the board, bro. What are you going to deal with?
Reporting for duty.
There's so many threats. Everywhere, threats. So I'm really happy. It looks like we're starting to actually use the fundamentals of this deck in the correct way. Well played. 3 for 3. Well, 3 for 2 at the moment. But we're likely to... Basically, what I'm saying here is our bottom line is now 3 for 3. So this is probably going to get this is probably going to get split into 2 videos.
Uther versus
And if this split happened,
Valkyrie.
it probably happened just there.
Must protect the wild.
I will fight with honor.
I have 2 Blessings of Might, so I'm not going to worry about whether or not I draw one. So Walking Infiltrator is a really good 1-drop, and the reason I collect Blessings of Might is because, you know,
My
if
greetings.
Well met.
if he happens to innovate into something really cool or something like that, then I can use a Blessings of Might and
It's
the
time for
Walking
a little
Infiltrator to
blood.
take care of it. I want that to die. I do want the Imani Berserker to die.
Let me think.
And a noble sacrifice is not going to do it.
Reporting for duty.
First kill.
Okay. So, what's bad for us here? What would be bad for us here is Shapeshift. Hit one of them. That'll hit the 2-1. It'll only deal 1 damage to him. Yeah. And then the Imani Berserker hits the surviving one.
Get down!
And now my 1 trades for that. Okay.
To battle!
I'm fine with going down on card advantage because I have this, the Lay on Hands, in order to get later game card advantage, and I have the Divine Favor just in case he starts drawing a lot of cards. So if he would like to wrath this for 1,
Speak to me.
ooh, he's going to draw a lot of cards. Oh, no, he's not.
For justice! To battle!
I'm not going to draw any cards out of that at all. Well, 1 card. Fine. Next turn we do have the Venture Co Mercenary, and we can probably also bop whatever he plays. So, as I was saying, next turn we have the Venture Co Mercenary, but we can't deal with whatever he plays.
Speak to me.
Did I verse this same guy before? I think this may be a guy I versed before.
Job's done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a guy that I've versed before. I seem to remember there being a druid that had 2 acolytes of pain and was drawing a lot of cards out of them.
I am the blade of the gods.
Well, I'm not sure I remember him having a Priestess of a Loon. It's likely to be killed by the Priestess of a Loon and a Shapeshift. Yep.
You gotta be kidding me!
That does get rid of his Priestess of a Loon. Now, the Blessings of Wisdom is often a card that you want to use on an opponent's minion to stop it from attacking, because it will give you cards if it does.
You call that?
Okay. I'm fine with that happening. I'm not worried about that. Priestess of a Loon. 5-4. That's unfortunate.
Wanna blow something up?
Reporting for duty.
So a Divine Favor now would just draw me 2 cards. I'm not particularly interested in that. Shapeshift to take out the Silverhand Recruit, and then Wrath to take out the Mad Bomber.
Dingo! It's time for a little blood.
He's populating the fields. And it's all safe from Consecrate, the card I drew, of course.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. So, what he wants to do here probably is the Dark Iron Dwarf into this, and then the Mad Bomber into the Imani Berserker. Ooh, rough. Okay. And then that triggers off that guy. That's fine. I'd really like to draw my other true silver champion here. That would be really good for me. So that's a lot of damage I'm facing.
Reporting for duty.
Someone call for the doctor.
So this is basically just saying, you know, if you ever attack with that Twilight Drake, I'm going to draw a card. And then I look at him with my mean face.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
And of course the gnomish, the dwarf, rather, the Dark Iron Dwarf, is free to attack whomever he likes. So long as he wants to die. Swipe would suck. Because swipe to the face kills both of these.
Shield for Argus.
Ooh, so now you can kill the normal one. Or you can just not. Okay. So this place seems pretty obvious.
Justice. The battle.
Clears his board, means that he has to trade 2 things if he wants to get my Priestess of Elune off the field, gives me the True Silver Champion, and also, here's something really fun, Divine Favor is now giving me a lot of value because I've played a lot of cards out of my hand, so hopefully he only plays like 1 card at this turn. Or he draws a lot of cards using a Nourish. That'd be really nice as well.
You call that a weapon?
Okay, so that's gonna... Yes.
Must cleanse the Sunwell.
So it's looking like instead of Divine Favor, I'm going to have to lay on hands in order to at the very least keep myself alive. Useful Brewmaster as your Drake. Blood Knight.
For justice.
This is probably going to be our 3rd loss. But hey, you know what? We went from 0-2 to 3-3. I think that's admirable. Yeah, I really do. Wow. That's gonna kill me. Wow. There's no wow button. I was not expecting to die that turn. So it looks like this isn't going to be split into 2 videos after all. Jesus. Hey, there's 3 of them at least. That's... So we're on 70 gold now, and we've already completed today's quest, so we're not getting back into the arena for a long, long time. Oh well, let's open our pack. I didn't feel particularly bad about that, so, you know, I could get a bunch of different things from this pack, and I wouldn't particularly mind them. It's a rare... Common. Okay, Sorcerer's Apprentice is... You can use it in some mage decks. I don't particularly like it. I do have 2 abusive sergeants. Excuse me. I do have 2 abusive sergeants, so that's not entirely useful for me. If I were building a mage secret deck, I might go with Mirror Entity, but I think mage secret decks are really, really underpowered at the moment. And Power Overwhelming. I guess I'll put that in a Warlock Rush deck if I ever make one. Ah, Explosive Shot. That's a card I don't have for Hunter, and it's good removal. So that may get included in my Hunter deck, actually. Yeah, I'm not too salty about that arena. 3 for 3. It's not a good result, but it's a far better result than 0 for 3. And that's really the important thing, isn't it? That even if we didn't succeed, we didn't fail as badly as we could have. That's the takeaway lesson from today. Well, I've been Rhapsody. That was a paladin of some sort. Played in Hearthstone. Have a good rest of the day.